Yo, can y'all hear me? Oh yeah, that's good.
What's good,
Hold on,
man?
people.
Yeah,
I
man.
got
What's
this
good?
shit running. Well, just got home, got this shit running.
Jamai, what up, nigga?
Yo, what up,
Right.
boy?
What's
See,
good, man?
You know,
okay.
master racing
Beautiful
it. You know
thing,
what I
man. You know what
I'm
I
about he about to get kicked out. One
mean?
moment, please.
I'm about to get the platinum for the third time on PC. Nigga. Let's go.
All right, I ain't gonna keep this shit long or whatever the case is. There's a couple of things that I did want to kind of you know actually ask you two since you're in here. How'd you feel about the fucking state of play shit, yo? I
That sounds
feel
good,
like the
though.
shit. I feel like the shit was bomb as fuck, man. Like absolutely bomb. This whole state of play shit was bomb. I maybe my expectations was so much in the basement.
Oh
I
yeah.
just think I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. I was like, yo, they kind of
I mean, unless
lit.
somebody's clocking in. Am I talking?
What happened? What happened? Hello?
No, I was talking to somebody at work. My bad.
Oh yeah, work. Okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like, bruh, they set us up for the okie doke, bro. They gave us the baseline. It was like, all right, look, man, this is what to expect. They generalized the third party thing, but they made a lot of people hopeful, but nobody was sure. You know what I'm saying? People were expecting God of War type shit, but as soon as they said third party, I was like, damn, man, what if Street Fighter 6 show up, my nigga? What if Street Fighter show up, dog? And they went beyond the expectations for me, so that shit was fire as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That shit was
So
dope
I
as hell.
so I actually want to break this shit up in a couple pieces. So I'll ask Maya since he working and shit like that.
Yeah.
Jamar, what was the biggest? What was the best thing for you, yo, from the state of play?
I think. I mean, I don't know. It was pretty good. I think I like the Street. I think Street Fighter 6 stood out the most to me. That was fire. That gameplay was fire. The look of it, the animations, fire as hell. Final Fantasy 16 looks dope. Uh, I guess that's about it. Oh yeah, also yeah, fucking new game plus for Horizon, bro. I gotta go home and do that. You know what I mean? I've been
You
waiting
don't,
for that to drop.
man. You don't understand the scream I scrimped when they showed that shit. Bro, I was so fucking happy. And I don't know if you've seen this shit, by the way. Black, did you see how it looked? They fixed the 60 frames a second, like absolutely 100% fixed that bitch.
Yeah, I'm
Which
actually
which
booting it up right now.
which
I'm
is
trying to get
crazy.
into it.
So obviously if anybody knows how often I play Horizon, you would definitely know like this shit. I'm kind of mad because I'm in the middle of a playthrough, but like I got some things to learn. So apparently with Horizon, because that's my shit too, that they allow you to respec, which is pretty cool. And I guess in this game, people are like, "Well, what's the point of it?" Well, if you realize that you're not really fucking with, let's say a particular class, then you could just get rid of all your points and just put it where you need to, and then you can kind of bloom out that way, whatever. So that's pretty cool. They said something about the outfits too, which I'm not really sure about the outfits. What's going on with that? But the fact is, there was this homie that was on.
You could do it. You could do Transmogs, which is basically it's sort of like a PC, but like basically you can take any outfit and switch that outfit with a different outfit, but keep the other
Oh,
outfit stats and shit.
okay,
You know what
okay,
I
okay,
mean?
okay. Yeah, because there's some things I'd be like, man, that
That's
shit
dope.
ugly. Okay, so they did what I think Ghost of Tsushima kind of did that shit. They kind of did this. They rolled this shit out quick because New Game Plus is a hard thing to kind of balance. So that's number one. But for starters, like I said before, like the whole fucking tree shit, and they did exactly what I wanted them to do. Because I was like, the reason why it's so noisy is because the resolution for transparencies, that's the foliage and fire and smoke or anything like sparks, sprites based things, or anything that has transparencies. There was the rendering at the resolution, at the native resolution that the game was in. And if you don't know, the resolution for Horizon in 60 frames per second is somewhere around like 1440p to 1600p. So it kept a lot of the high frequency details, and it didn't resolve right with the actual game's resolution. It was an eyesore. So what they ended up doing, I was like, what they should do is just lower the fucking the fucking the frame buffer for that particular element of the game, the transparencies. Like just make it low. It'll look soft, but it wouldn't be noisy, and that's what they did. And one of the telltale signs is that if you can go to any kind of fire in the game, you can see how high res the fire is. Like if you go to like a brazier or something like that, you can see the fire. It's absolutely high res when it's at 60. When it's at 30, and then when you run it at 60, it defaults to a lower resolution. It's a very soft look to it, which to me was pretty cool. New Game Plus is something that I'm also like really hyped for. Like I said before, Black, obviously Street Fighter 6 is your shit. So yo, give me the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yo, speak your truth.
Hey yo, you know I was low key, high key, kind of mad when I saw the easy mode shit they was putting in there, but I was overreacting. I like jumped the gun with some of this shit. They actually have a new mode. Well, they have a new mode. I forgot what it's called, but it's basically a mode that simplifies the inputs for newer players. And then they got the old fashioned style that that I'm used to as well. So I was happy to see that at least. But the graphics look fire as fuck. The animations look dope as shit. The system, they look like they brought back some of the older mechanics. Focus attack looked like it's there. I see parry. I thought it was just a parry for Ryu, but I seen the Ryu. I seen
Chung Li was doing it too, which made me think. I was like, that's a whole, because she was like, stop that. He just saw it. She was like, no.
And Luke did 4 parries in a row. I don't know if you saw that as well.
I only watched the trailer once because I was trying to get through it, and a whole bunch of shit happened. Like people were contacting me, and that's why I had to jump out of the door.
Damn, not only when he parries, right? He parries each of the moves individually. So it's not like one animation for each parry, no matter where they're attacking.
So you get punished for every time that every piece of that fucking combo.
Right. So what you're looking at is like, all right, the parry, right? Say she coming with an overhead kick, he'll parry the kick corresponding to where.
Hey guys, I want you to check out this game called Galahad 3092.
So it's a 1-for-1 where he's parrying at. It's not just like in previous games. They only had like 2 different parry animations, low and high.
Okay.
But like he's parrying from the sides, from up and down. It looked cool. If you look at it, because I watched it like 5 times, and I'm like, oh wow, look at the animations. The parry animation is 1-for-1 from where they're attacking at. They added a bunch of detail to the animations, and I know that was a big gripe for you, but I feel like
I'm a big animation person, so it's a lot more fluid. Yep. It's the jump between, to me personally, it's the jump between Guilty Gear Xrd and Guilty Gear Strive. Like, it's that much of a fucking jump to me. It is a massive fucking jump. So that's the good and bad and ugly for that one. Final Fantasy was in here. That was in the house. And this Final Fantasy was interesting because, no, it doesn't look as good as, say, Horizon. Which is cool. But one of the things that really bothered me was the fucking anti-aliasing. It was very rough looking. Frame rate was kind of rough looking. I do like the fact that they almost have like the Skyrim feel to it or whatever the case is. And you made some accusations earlier, but before I let you go, Black, I wanted to ask Jemiah what you think about that Final Fantasy.
I think it looks good. I'm confused on the fighting mechanics. Like, is it like I'm confused on like
we don't know
how like the game. Yeah, like I mean, it looks like some of the boss battles are like 1v1 or some shit. I don't know, but it looks good though. Like the mechanics look good. The crowd, the combat with the multiple mobs, like the shit looks good as hell. Like it looks fire. Like one thing I didn't like Final Fantasy 15 had great combat, but the game stuff was like boring as shit. The camping and shit, I didn't like all that shit. So hopefully they don't have that dumb shit in there. But it looks good though, in my opinion.
What about Black? What did you find out? You made some sort of accusations on.
I mean, I feel like I want to say I've seen like the trailer like once, went over in like a quarter, the first time around. But from what I'm looking at from the trailer, it looks like how he was saying, it looks like a 1v1 almost type thing. It don't look like you got a party system anymore. It looks like it's just one single character. That's just from what I gathered. I might have missed something, but it don't look like it the original, the party system where you got a party of 6 people. One person might join up with you and then you fight. Because I didn't really see any like double team action or somebody helping him during the fights. It just looked like a single player, which I'm not arguing with. That looked cool as fuck. I want to jump on it.
Hey! It just looked. It's definitely different from what I am used to. I will say this though. Jemiah, did you play the last Final Fantasy?
Which one?
The last Final Fantasy?
7 or 15?
7.
7 remake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Was it open world or was it kind of still like linear?
Final Fantasy 7 is not open world. It's like hub world, if anything.
Okay, and what about Final Fantasy 15?
Final Fantasy 15 is like open world though. You can run around everywhere basically.
I thought it was just like a wide linear type game.
Well, I think you have to travel from different places with your cars, but when you got to that area, you can like run around and shit.
So from what I understand, from what I'm looking at, this looks like a whole Assassin's Creed Odyssey type open world shit. This looks completely open. Most likely going to have like a day and night cycle and shit like that. So there's that. Me personally, I kind of like the whole darker aesthetic. It's different. I mean, they've been doing the whole fantasy, the fantasy element to it, which I was like, okay, I see what you're doing. But this one is a little different. I guess we have too many games that are kind of like realistic in this case. I am kind of curious to see how Square Enix is going to kind of handle this more realistic aesthetic. Moving on to Stray, I've been said this even in my other podcast, which is on hiatus right now, that I was really interested in Stray. I like platformers. It looked like a platformer in the first place, so I was pretty hyped for it. But then they kept showing these like little trailers of an isometric type view, which I wasn't feeling. Not a big fan of that shit whatsoever. And then they had other little views where it looked like looked like you can move around and shit like that. And then this kind of confirms that this is most likely this is more open and more like the camera behind you. You have full control of the camera. And I'm completely here for it. Cats are pretty cool to me. I've always thought that. I always like cats. I prefer cats over dogs. That's particularly me. I've been like that. I've been doing that shit since in the 90s. I always thought that fucking cats were cooler. So this is not like a trend, because I know that's a trend to say that cats are assholes, and you know how everybody likes a good asshole. Pause on Pride Month.
My bad. I'm getting fucking phone calls and shit.
I didn't hear anything. You know how?
Yeah, people calling me on my phone and shit.
I guess I'll say that again. You know how everybody like an asshole. Pause on Pride Month.
Stop.
What I do?
Stop.
Yo, so what you think about Stray?
Me?
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I'm like, the storyline to me, I think it's gonna be interesting. What the hell's going on? What happened to the humans? You know what I mean? But it looks pretty dope though. The physics look great. I mean,
really good presentation.
Is it only gonna be in PS Plus, or is it gonna be
you can purchase it. It was always kind of known that you can purchase it. But the thing is, you have to buy the premium, or not premium, but the more expensive version of Plus to get it, which means that they're most likely going to recoup their shit. I'm curious to see how much this shit is going to sell, even with that fucking Plus Deluxe. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell the Plus Deluxe and Plus Premium with something. And it's a good strategic business move, in my opinion, anyway, because either you want Stray or you just pay the extra amount of money to see what the Deluxe is and all the other shit. This further solidifies it. And I'm always enamored with how people run their business, because I'm trying to run my own business. I always like to see how other people run their business, and that's pretty cool for me. Black, what you got to say about Stray?
I'm gonna pick it up because the wifey want to play it.
You're gonna really have to play it. You're gonna have to really pick it up.
I'm gonna probably be the one to end up playing it, but yeah, I'm gonna pick it up for her for sure. Day one.
You're gonna have to really pick it up, really pick it up after the debacle today. Now, last but not least, right? We didn't clear out everything. And one of the things, I forgot the fucking I know fucking Jemiah had something to say about this shit. What is that? What's that other game from the makers of Dead Space? Callisto.
Oh, Callisto Protocol.
Fucking chef kiss,
bro. That shit like
chef kiss.
That shit like. I'm not gonna get it though, because I don't like scary games, but that shit
Yo, what is up with everybody being bitches, yo?
Okay, I thought it was me out here scared of stuff. Shit, goddamn.
Bro, I don't like scary games.
You might as well just start buying panties from now on, man. Like, come on, man.
You got a pipe, you better run the goddamn space station with a gun with 2 bullets in it and a fucking mallet or some shit. Nigga, I'm good, bro. Give me Master Chief or somebody or Kratos, and then we good. But I don't want no nigga running around with a fucking 2 bullets and a handgun and a taser, nigga. That's not fun to me, bro.
Everybody, well, Dead Space balanced that shit out really nicely. But I will say this. Here's the thing, right? You know how I don't like Sony to be the SJW type of company that they are. That really pisses me off. And I don't mean like The Last of Us or anything like that. What I do mean is the censorship, right? The first thing they showed is an anime game where a guy gets his hand cut off and it was bloody. I was like, oh, we doing this today, Sony. I see. Okay, you in that mood tonight. You in that mood. And I was like, okay, cool. Did they show Callisto when a dude smashes it, the alien smashes the dude head open? I said, oh, okay. Oh, we mad. I said, you got a point to prove today. I said, oh, shit. All right. Bro, like chef kiss. I never got into Dead Space. You ever see those games to me? And again, let's agree to disagree before that shit even starts to anybody that's going to, comment on this. When I see the aesthetics of Dead Space, it was like they were trying too hard, like something like Media Molecule. Like they want to be really fucking different, and I can kind of feel that instead of just letting it be. Like that whole suit was just like, all right. I don't know. I didn't really like the suit. People would say it's iconic. I didn't really like the suit. I feel like they were trying too hard, and I didn't like the necromorphs or whatever the case is. So I never got into it, but I did. I could accept that was a new type of genre of scariness, I would say. This, on the other hand, to me, looks like, they look like they have a point to prove. Like, we that nigga making these games. You know what I'm saying? So that was good. Black, what you gotta say about Callisto?
That should look fire, bro. It's from the original devs. Well, a lot of the team that worked on the original Dead Space is working on that shit. So I'm gonna pick it up. I'm a scary ass nigga when it comes to these horror games these days. I used to be able to go through them shits like nothing, but I don't know. These days, I'm a little bit more shook up. You know what I'm saying? Like Elvis.
Well, I'll say one thing though. After playing Lunch Lady with Sick, I think that that fucking Emily wants to play bullshit. Yeah. I think I may be over it a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know, because that game was fucking crazy terrifying, bro.
Yo, I would love.
Yeah, like Demon Souls and shit. Like I didn't want to play Demon Souls because I was like kind of spooked. But like after playing it, like I think I'm like getting back into it. I'm playing Neo right now. Like I wouldn't fuck with no shit like that. So Bloodborne next. You know what I'm saying? This I don't know. It's like the atmosphere. It ain't really that about it being scary. It's just the atmosphere, that dark atmosphere. That shit weird me out these days, though. But I'm gonna be back on.
My problem is I get too immersed in games, bro. That's why I'd be like, you know what I mean? You in your house by yourself and shit on a Saturday night and shit. You fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, immersion.
Yo, speaking of fear, right? And this is a completely like a tangent, right? You ever have your bedroom light on, but every light outside of the bedroom is off, and you got them crazy ass shadows, and it just look like a nigga just standing in the corner somewhere?
Yeah, right.
Like no.
You got double take it.
Yeah, I close my and that's the funny thing is, how irrational is this for me? Just close the door, yo. Like if it was a person, like he couldn't just open that shit. I was like, no, I don't want to see this right now. Let me just close the door. The Callisto Protocol. It'd be hot, yo, if it's co-op. We have to see, but they making that shit fire flames. But
I should leave a single player.
No,
that's on me. I know a lot of the Dead Space fans. They didn't like the co-op
because they fucked it up. You look
Yeah,
at this white gruff man with a beard. No, how come we could be a strong, independent woman? I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm looking at the monster detail. That shit look pretty fucking fire. That shit look nasty, yo.
That's fucking gruesome, man. That little robot shot the shot at. He killed like 2 niggas. He blew one nigga head off and went to the other one. Boom,
No, I'm looking at
damn.
this shit too. Like, if you're on YouTube, you can see this shit. This dude's teeth is like, it's rolls of fucking teeth, yo. That shit, that makes me itch, yo. You ever see that shit, yo?
No, the game looks dope as fuck.
Like graphics, it looks looks dope. Like across the board, it looks dope. Like that's how you know like the art style is fucking strong, because like it's supposed to be on PS4 or shit like that, which is pretty crazy. So,
what'd you think about that RE4 though remake?
I have a picture of it. I was talking about it yesterday. RE4.
I never played RE4 though. So I mean, I never played RE3 either. I was like, ever since I was a kid, bro. After I played Silent Hill, I was like, I'm good with these horror games, nigga. I put that shit down, nigga. Like, yo, that fucking stupid ass rusty pipe in that radio, nigga. I was like,
yo, man, Silent Hill took that shit to a new level and made like Resident Evil like really child's play. Like it was like the whole psychological shit. Like you get near something and static start fucking playing. Because like the energy or whatever shit that's distorting, like no, I'm okay. I don't want that. But here's the elephant in the room, yo. The big blue ass elephant in the corner, yo. It's the Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man remake. Now I want to go on record for anybody that's putting videos out there and tweeting, right? And saying that Sony lied and ha ha ha, you said it would never come based off of what Insomniac said. You remember that? How everybody was sitting there saying that, Insomniac said never. They never lied. Because
it's the remastered version. I mean, my thing is though, is like, this is my thing though. I hate when people say, "Oh, they're giving our games to PC players." They're not your fucking games. They belong to Sony, bro. Like, people need to stop with this. Like, there's attachment to these companies. None of that shit is yours, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all that shit belongs to Sony. They can do whatever they want to do with it. Like, I don't understand why people get mad.
Anything that they want, they can stuff it up their ass if they wanted to. It doesn't matter. Like, it's they can do whatever they want. Here's the thing, though, and I'm being serious. When I say what I said earlier, Spider-Man remastered is not the same as the original Spider-Man game. So it really technically isn't a lie. That's not copium. It's the truth. But I get where you're coming from. And I hate when you see people like, oh, well, Sony is stupid because so many people are going to pirate it. They're going to pirate your game. And it's their game. They don't care. It ain't yours. Why do you care about if they care that there's piracy or not? They don't care. They're getting a fucking profit. Profit.
To be honest, these games aren't getting pirated. Pirating is not what it used to be back in the day. You know what I mean? It's not even close. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people always got to go to, this game's been pirated. Like, how do you know? Then they show you some stupid ass numbers. But the same thing with the Steam Spy. The Steam Spy said God of War sold 2 million, but it didn't. So what are these numbers are all bogus.
Right. So that's the thing. Like, people, but it's not even just that. Like, it's not even the logistics of, piracy or whatever. Like, they're so stupid because if Sony puts it out there, then it's going to get pirated. Like, why are you so invested in it? Is it yours? Are you losing money if it gets pirated? Did you not play beat platinum the game? Like, is that for real? Like, this isn't copium. They already told you years ago that they were going to start putting their games on PC years ago. The question is, what's the duration of I guess the logical question is, what's the duration of time that it's going to take for the ports to go over there? Because there's leaks of Returnal actually being having ray tracing options and shit like that on the PC, and the same thing with Sackboy, the Big Adventure. They already have that there, but it looks like, and I said this, I'm on record for saying this, I believe that Sony is preying upon people that are affected by FOMO. And I think the original plan that because everything that they said they are doing, and people are just not listening to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not following the signs. I feel like they do want people to buy a PS5 and they want FOMO. It's weird because they're putting more games on PS5, right? I mean, on PC, and yet the PS5 keeps climbing in like, demand. So
the thing is though is like I platinum Spider-Man twice and I platinum Miles Morales once. Like, would I get it on PC? I don't know, probably not. Maybe I don't know. I think about it depending on how the mods look. But the thing is, a lot of PC players who want to play these Sony games, they go out and buy a PlayStation. So when it finally comes to PC, the audience for it is not that big because those players already went out and got that game on PlayStation. The dudes who are so-called waiting really don't care about the game. You know what I mean? That's why these games aren't doing 10 million or whatever the fuck. So to combat that, you're gonna have to either release the games closer than 1 year, or just do it slowly like you've been doing. But you're not gonna get a huge swell of PC players playing these games if they're coming out 2 to 3 years later. Because about that time, they're probably gonna get it on console, before it comes to PC. They're not gonna wait fucking 3 years if they really want to play a game. That's just asinine.
Well, that's what I was saying before. Because here's the thing: I think the longest duration that you're going to have is a year. I think these games are going to start coming out with a year apart. That's full-fledged games, and then you will have like free-to-play games that are simultaneously released. That's what
I do find funny is they didn't mention Miles in the video, but Miles is in the blog. You know what I mean?
I guess they didn't want that smoke, yo. It's clear to me that they know exactly what they're doing. And they know they're
up to 2 years, right?
No, it'll be 2 years by the time it comes out. It'll be exactly 2 years.
Okay.
So either way you look at it, though, I think the longest duration so they can maximize the profits of PC, increase the PC's catalog if they're going to have their own launcher or whatever the fuck they're going to do or store. That's why Sackboy is coming out too. But I'm thinking, like, what demographic would want Sackboy? But I guess the same people that plays, like, Roblox and Minecraft, whatever the case is, those particular games on PC. But then they don't, like, how much are they really doing on a PC? I don't know. Maybe it's just all there to bolster the fucking, the catalog and shit like that.
Spider-Man's at, what, 33? You said Spider-Man's at 33 million for the series right now for Miles and the other one combined? Yeah. So they're probably gonna hit trying to hit like 40. You know what I mean? They want, like I said, Jim Ryan said it. He wants his games to do more than 20 million. Like that's what he wants. He wants every game to do more than 20 million. And like Returnal going to PC makes sense because it didn't sell like astronomical on consoles, but I think it's gonna sell great on PC. You know what I mean? And Sackboy, same thing. Like they're gonna put out huge games, and they're gonna put out games that didn't do well. So like Days Gone, Sackboy, Returnal. Then on the flip side, Uncharted 4, Horizon, Spider-Man, God of War, the huge games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, like I said before, I think they're trying to bolster their little catalog there or whatever, and just so they'll have it. But all the people that's whining and grinding, let's get the record straight. There's a very small vocal minority for the people that really give a fuck about games going to PC. That's for the fucking crazy avid fanboys that just want to have this narrative that PlayStation has their only exclusives and validates PC players and Xbox players. Like the more sensible person, especially people that like PlayStation, they really don't care because they would have bought a PC a long time ago. There's a lot of games that's on PC that you can purchase, especially third party, because third party games were doing way better than any exclusive that Sony has, and a lot of them still are. And that means that the people who bought a PlayStation, they are buying the third-party games, and I'm talking about exclusively on the platform. They're buying third-party games a lot more than the exclusives. Now they're kind of getting their weight up and stuff like that. But that's a vocal minority. I keep seeing that shit on the internet. Like, I thought you said that. There's like 4 people that says that shit. And I met a lot of people that said that shit too. Like, I can't believe it. A lot of people that's big are sizable on YouTube and Twitter that sit there, they're going to sell their PS5. Bitch, I wish you would. I got 4 people right now that'll buy that shit off of you. Scalper price. Sell it. Sell it. It'll do me a fucking favor because guess what? I don't got to be looking at these fucking tabs and shit like that. I don't give a fuck. Me personally, I don't care about the games going to PC because guess what? I don't game on PC. Like, period. And most likely, it's a high probability. I can't say never say never. I mean, I can say never say never. I can't say it, brother. I just don't want to game on PC. I just don't. Despite the fact that I could, I just don't want to do it. Flat out. I like the experience on it.
There's nothing wrong with that. I just find the fact, like I said in my tweet, if you think that if your reason for going to PC is because these games with the PC, then you're fucking retarded. Like, don't come over here with that bullshit. You gotta come over here. You gotta have one update that makes your PC have a problem, and you gotta be on Twitter losing your goddamn mind, cussing people out and shit. You know what I mean?
Fix
this
it,
is why I hate
Sony.
PC. This is bullshit, man. I'm like, bro, like this PC has so many issues. Like my boy, his other day, his power supply blew up, and fucking now half his RAM isn't usable. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that happens all the time. Like, how are you gonna handle that shit?
And a PC gamer knows all of this shit. It comes with the fucking territory. There's some stuff that's on that's on consoles. It comes with the fucking territory. There's just each platform has their own strengths and weaknesses and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, you can plug some shit into your USB port, and all of a sudden your fucking headphones aren't working. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck?
They just now gave me a driver that will fix my sound driver on my laptop, my gaming laptop. They just now released something that will fix it because every time I would close that fucking lid and open it up, I wasn't able to use the headphone jack anymore. And I had to restart my computer. And I tried every fucking thing that I could possibly try. I would give myself time for, including uninstalling and reinstalling drivers and shit like that to see if that'll work, and then doing the latest updates, and nothing fucking fixed it. Until one day Microsoft gave an update and then it just fixed itself. I am not trying to do that shit all the way. I don't want to do that. Sue me. You know what I'm saying? And Black, what you gotta say about that before we close out? Because I only wanted to do like 30 minutes of this bitch. Oh, I see what happened. I know what that means. I know exactly what that means. So, yeah, that motherfucker. Oh shit, there was requested. I didn't see that shit. Let me bring y'all in there. That shit should be. So I'll let you guys say what you need to say, whatever the case is, and then.
Well, I just sold my PlayStation. I'm fully Xbox now. So PlayStation ain't got nothing. I'm fully Xbox.
Stop it. Stop that shit. Brian, stop. Stop doing shit.
Get at me. I'm fully
That's Xbox. Funny though.
Xbox is the best.
It's funny how people it's funny how people are, yo. I mean, I was like, these people are corny, yo. But I'm kind of curious though. Blessed, what you guys say about this shit, yo? I know you be trolling. You be trying to get your little jabs and trolls. So I be like, look at this nigga, yo. I ain't even gonna bite. I ain't gonna bite.
Yeah, I be trolling. I be just trolling, folks. I mean, all right. So I guess, what's like the main topic? I mean, you guys were talking about basically Spider-Man.
The state of play, the whole thing.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I think it was like honestly, it was probably like a 9.5 or a 10. Like I could accept basically either of those, all of those answers. Honestly,
I'll let Brian speak on this one. Yo, my expectations was so in the basement. Like, if you're gonna, and here's the thing, right? Because there's so many fanboys out here that are so hyped for looking at CGI trailers and fake gameplay trailers. If you're going to sell your game, allow that to allow your gameplay to sell it. I had no intentions of buying a couple of, like, Resident Evil, no intentions. Callisto, no intentions. They didn't even know about that bitch. All that shit, I had no intentions until I saw it, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to cop a lot of these fucking games. Like, they just look good. They look good. What you gotta say about that, Brian? And I'll let Bless go on. Brian, hello.
Brian, you're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said. So, what was your highlights for State of Play?
Dude, I loved the whole show. I thought everything was great. Yeah, I thought everything was great. I thought we was gonna see more VR though, because I thought it would be more VR focused. But that was probably the only thing I I wanted to see more about the headset, more about the backwards compatibility stuff for VR. As far as in your sorry, I'm playing Bloodborne. It's hard to do both.
Why are you
Yeah,
playing Bloodborne now? Is there an update?
no, I
Oh,
just
okay,
was in the
okay.
mood for Bloodborne today,
Ooh,
so I
man,
just
you scared
decided
me.
to
You know
play.
that shit trending right now, right? For some reason, I
Oh,
thought
I had no idea.
Bro,
I thought I missed something.
man, that shit is always trending, bro. They Sony, what the fuck are they doing, bro? They like that's a free like $1 mil, $2 mil, $3 mil, like
What do you mean free 2-3 mil? What are you talking about?
to
No, he's
remaster that game because
Oh,
it's always trending. People like, oh, it's fucking like it's always a rumor. Like everybody's always talking about that shit. Like
dude,
they
don't
just
worry,
need
it's
to go
coming.
ahead and do that shit.
It's
it's
going to come
coming. It's
eventually.
coming. It's going to come. And here's the thing, right? It's going to receive the same treatment as Demon Souls. Everybody unanimously states, even the Souls community, that that's probably the best game that From Software has made. Even after Elden Ring and that shit died down, the experience that people said that they have with that game is just basically that's what the experience is, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
It made me a believer.
I actually like Bloodborne better than Elden Ring. Believe it or not, I love Elden Ring's open world, but if I had to pick, Bloodborne's still my favorite.
Oh no, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
That's the general consensus with any kind of Souls players that they like Bloodborne. That's the best game that they've made. That's the consensus. That's not my opinion. That's what I've been hearing.
oh
And that's
yeah, I agree with
Mm.
that 100%. 100.
so it's coming, and they're going to do the whole fucking Demon Souls, and it's going to come out on PC, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
sir.
So that there's that or whatever the case is, and to be honest with you, whatever I'll say this, and then I'll ask you guys about how do you feel about. I actually want to ask Bless this shit specifically since you like to troll and shit.
I I I was gonna just say I do like Elden Ring more though, but go ahead.
It's the newer one, so you know,
It
I mean, it's a newer
it's
Souls like game.
it's not because it's newer.
No, I'm saying it's newer, meaning that whatever they learned from the other games, you know,
Oh,
they
well,
were
yeah,
going to build
yeah,
upon it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sony going to PC, which we already knew. I don't know why every time they release a game on PC, it's like it's brand new information, or it's like breaking. This game's coming out, and it's like that game is like mad old. You know, it's like not to say that it's always going to be old, because I think that the time frame is going to be shortened to like 1 year. And that'll be its maximum. I think that's what they kind of, they're kind of balancing out and stuff like that. They give validity to the console exclusives and stuff like that. But what do you have to say about this push for PC games? Do you care? Because I know you're predominantly a PC player, right?
Yeah.
Do you even give it? Do you even give it?
No, I love it. I like. All right, so basically for me, I want to be able to play all of my games on one system. Every single game on one system. Whether that's like old emulated games, PS2, PS3, PS1, Xbox 360, Xbox Series X, Xbox. I want to play everything on one system. And the only thing that I'm missing at this point is just PlayStation, because I can literally play any Nintendo game that like basically ever existed.
Emulation, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I got that. I have most of Xbox's game. Like Xbox 360 emulation is not the best, but
most of the
it's still
games
good.
already
Like,
most of the games already came out. You know what I mean? In general,
yeah.
so
Hey Josh, may I expose this PC fraud right here?
please.
I'm sorry, I'm just only trolling. You're not a PC fraud. I don't know you. You seem like a nice guy. um,
You're good.
I'm cool with games coming to PC as well, Josh. I don't give two shits. It didn't stop my enjoyment of playing Spider-Man. Amazing game. I think everybody should play it. If you got a PlayStation, play it. If you have a PC, play it. I don't. I look, man. Go wherever the great games are. I mean, because they're not gonna. You know what I mean. Go to the games because the games aren't gonna always come to you. You know what I mean.
Do you
And
know
I
why
think
it hurts people so much that it's coming out? Do you know what's going on? Why
I,
it's like
Fanboyism.
well, one that I also personally believe that a lot of people want Sony to. They want all these good IPs, But look, let's be real. You may not like Jim Ryan, and that's fine. That's your business and that's your preference. But under Jim, my role model, I have a picture of Jim near my nightstand. He is making money for Sony. He's branching Sony. He's getting us these new IPs. I mean, come on. Compared to what they're doing on Xbox, we are looking good. And I'm not taking a shot at the Xbox. I own a Series X.
No, don't even
Worst
be no, don't be apologetic. Don't apologize for that shit.
There's no reason really to apologize, honestly.
No,
right
worst
now.
$500 I've ever spent. But
no, but people always want to be like, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Like they don't have a problem trolling and doing what they're doing. So fuck it.
All I'm saying is that I don't have a problem with these games going. Now, when you said, Josh, they may shorten it to a year, I do agree. And I also agree some games will be day and date. I think when Factions release, that's got to be day and date. I don't. It has to be because that game's going to need a huge community to survive. And we've already seen these live service games can't survive on one platform. It's impossible.
I just want to say, where the fuck is Naughty Dog? Insomniac is out here putting out so much content.
Come, what's your name, PC dude? Blessed Red.
Blessed.
Yeah, I think we'll see games like that go day and date. I mean, for both consoles.
I think PC, all of their game. I think all their games as a service will be day and date. But that's why I mean that's let's get that out the way because that's what you need for day and date shit. I said this. I think yesterday. No, I said this on Wednesday. In terms, at least it was yesterday. In terms of what they're doing with because they're buying a whole bunch of things. Here's the thing. Let's just, and I'll let Cloak go because I know he was waiting. Let's just say that Sony bought all these developers, right? Their fan base, because it can't grow that much. There's a limit. There's a ceiling to console gaming. You're going to be wasting your money with all these developers creating games for just that one platform. You only have a certain amount of time to and you can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? There are people legitimately out there that cannot stand Horizon at all. You're not going to win them all. You know what I'm saying? It may be more lucrative to put some of that shit on PC as well and do that. So Sony is covering all bases. Now I'm starting to look at it. I do think that Sony is going to end up buying Square Enix, but they're going to give them the Bungie treatment where they could still be multi-platform. That'll cover their Japanese shit, right? They already got the cell phone situation going on, so they can cover those things. They got the PC things and the China stuff going on. I don't think that those things are going to overlap at all. I mean, some of it, I shouldn't say that, that's too strong. Some of it will overlap, but I do personally believe that every platform and region has their place, and Sony's going to cater to those things. You have all these developers on the back end. You can't make all those games for one platform because you're going to oversaturate, and you're going to start cannibalizing on your own fucking platform. So that's what the push is going for this one. So to be honest with you, I'm a gamer. My favorite console was the PlayStation 1. And guess what? I could have gotten a PC bone time ago to play my favorite game, which was the Tomb Raider series. Even though that shit looked ugly, wobbly textures, low resolution, horrible frame rate, I still preferred it. Because you know why? I put the disc in and I turned on and you heard that. And that was it.
Now, before Flo goes, just a question for you, Josh and Bless. How many copies? How well do you think Spider-Man will do? Because I heard a lot about piracy on PC and all that other weird shit. I don't have a gaming
3 million
PC.
for me. I would say 3 million.
Jack shit about PCs.
Piracy is not as prevalent as it like once was, like say like in the 90s. Like since like basically a quote I'll say it like this. Like basically a quote that Gabe Newell once said, basically, to combat piracy is like make it to where it is so inconvenient that you rather not.
Yep. Like
Steam, and I guess that's a big reason why people love Steam, because like Steam is great. It's a great platform or whatnot. It's like it is definitely more inconvenient. I have to go more out of my way in order to pirate a game than just buy it and download it on Steam.
Yep. And not to mention that if you go in and try to pirate it, You can probably go to like if you don't know what you're doing and don't know where to go, you can actually scrub your computer.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more inconvenient to actually pirate a video game.
And y'all remember back in the day with Kazaa and Morpheus and all those free, you know what I mean? Y'all remember that shit, right?
Oh, back in the day, your ISP didn't care.
No, I'm not even talking about ISP. You know what I'm talking about, yo? I'm talking about where you would download something. Let's say you were downloading. Let's say you was like a teenage girl, right? And you were downloading Survivor by Destiny Child. You know, like a regular MP3 would be like 3 megabytes, right? That shit will be like 20 megabytes. And if you peeped it, and it'll be something completely different, or they will have the song and something else that will payload when you used it, right? That's
the wrong shit.
that's the reality too with that shit. It ain't sugar and rainbows up in this bitch. That's the thing. But to answer your question, 3 million. I think 3 million is going to be the number for the Spider-Mans.
I think it might do better. I don't know how much better, but I think it will.
And I'm only saying that because of how big Marvel and what they're trying to do is and stuff like that. That's what I believe personally.
I don't think. I don't think 3 million is a bad number. It would matter obviously upon the time frame of the 3 million, but like 3 million is a safe number. I'd say, yeah, it's a safe number.
I would only say 3 million only because I'm looking at just the trajectory of the stuff that they released.
I'm gonna say 10.
You crazy as hell, man.
Nope. You wanna know why?
Why?
Mods.
No, I don't think mods is going to do all that.
Nope, 2 mods. 1, bring back the original Peter Parker's head from
Lord
the
Jesus.
PS4. They're going to bring that back. They're going to bring back his head because he got screwed over. 2, Spider-Man VR.
I still don't think it's going to do those numbers though. I can't give that.
You also have Black Cat. And also, what about a mod to actually just skip the stealth levels of as MJ? Be like,
I heard somebody say that.
Homie is outrageous. Homie is outrageous.
No, I heard somebody say that before. Like, yo, imagine somebody mod that. That'd be fantastic. People really hate those sections.
It wasn't even that deep. You know what section I hate that needs to be completely like abolished, come out of the game? Them fucking puzzles, scientific puzzles. They need to go. Whatever the fuck that was.
Oh,
absolutely not.
Didn't they? I heard they updated it to where you can skip those. I think, right?
I don't. No.
Yeah, I believe you can skip those on the console version. But I'm not sure I believe you can. I think you can. I'm almost certain you can. It's been a while since I played.
No, you can skip them. I just don't want them to be in there. It wasn't. It's the dumbest. Don't even put any research and development. Don't even put any thing in there. Because they did it in Ratchet and Clank. Oh, they are dumb. Insomniac, if you ever run across this shit, stop it. Don't even do it.
Damn,
they're dumb.
Just
Okay.
Just fuck puzzles.
It's okay, man. Because us modders, we're gonna go in. We're gonna make the game better.
Motherfuckers.
Like
that's what.
Yeah. But when you pirate one game, you said it's to make it hard. When you pirate one, you can pretty much pirate the next one, or is it a different process for each?
No,
different process.
I mean, it's a different process. It's like it's like clicking a download link, and then you have like say like a torrent, and then you like put it to the torrent, and then you have to wait for it to download. And trust me, torrents are notoriously slower than your regular downloads if you were to download it on Steam. So it's like, do you want to spend like 3 times the time or even more downloading the torrent?
My thing
or
is,
downloading like
if people are pirating the game, that's none of your goddamn business. Who cares? I don't understand why people have so much ownership over these games that are not theirs. You know what I mean?
Like, isn't that nobody?
It's so super annoying.
They want to protect the $1
billion
company.
Explaining it to the non-PC player.
He's basically. No, not him.
Click on the crack, and there you go.
Because even if you do like the PS3, what do you call it? The PS3 emulator or whatever the case is, it's not guaranteed that particular game that runs within the emulator is going to, work perfectly. It's always something. So
they just came out with a PS5 emulator. So what? Like,
no, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about
it's still in alpha. It's still in alpha. I don't think it can run any games from what I've read.
That exists. What the fuck?
Yeah, it runs like a 2D game very
I mean,
poorly.
yeah, they're gonna get it eventually. My thing is though is like pirating should not even be a topic of conversation. That makes no sense that players or gamers are talking about pirating games.
You know why it makes it even less sense? Why it makes even less sense, rather, it's because you already played the game and they made their money on a PS5 or PS4. Like, who gives a fuck?
You can also say the same thing, not just for PC, but you can also say the same thing for PlayStation. Not much for Xbox anymore, since they actually you can't modify an Xbox. You can't do it anymore. Last one that you can modify was a 360, and then you can play burnt games on it. But on a PlayStation 4, mod a PlayStation 4, and I think that you can mod a PlayStation 5. I don't know for sure. But you can jailbreak those, and you can install games to those from people who already bought it.
Yeah, the console itself, you can do things like that with the console.
People have bootleg, name brand, clothes that they buy. Nobody talks shit about that. People been bootlegging movies for 1,000 years. Nobody says shit about that. People used to burn their own CDs from their friends' CDs. Nobody says shit about that.
That's how you know. That's how you know the argument is full of shit.
Forever, yeah. People have been stealing shit all the time. But when it comes to PC, these dirty PC players, they're always pirating games. Like, bro, shut up. You probably got burnt CDs in your house right now. Shut up. You know what I mean?
The thing about it is, I don't even think it's that necessarily. Like I said, it's the superiority complex. That's all it boils down to. They want to go on Twitter and say that we have the best place to play, or whatever the case is, and it has its perks, its pros and cons. There's nothing wrong with its pros and cons, though. But it's clear to me that some who's this now? Black. Okay, it's clear to me that Sony's marketing team knows exactly what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And do I care about it? Not necessarily. It does. It is indicative of a healthy platform and stuff like that, and I'll be able to get the games. But that's about as far as it goes. But for people that actually care about their game being their particular game being pirated after you already played it and it made like 20 million in sales, however way it made it, why do you fucking care? It's just an argument on Twitter why you in your feelings. But that's also, though, an extreme vocal minority. Because I see a lot of Xbox online talking about stuff. I thought you said, like, what is it? Oh, no, it's Alex was like, I thought you said never say never. Nigga, if you don't play your fucking computer, keep it the fuck moving. Like why do you give I understand that you're looking for content and shit like that. You're trying to prey on fanboyism and shit like that, yo. But that shit clogs up the fucking interwebs, yo, with that nonsense. That's why I was like, start ignoring these fucking people, yo. They're fucking like, it's a vocal minority, It is what it is.
Look, I just stand by this. Play fucking games, funny. Shut the fuck up, and just keep it pushing. I'm enjoying my games. When everybody talk about, the streets are dry. No, they're not. But that's my opinion. Somebody
literally said, this is what they said. I was look, and that's your prerogative. But somebody literally said that they were disappointed with the state of play, and I'm like, well, what did you think what did you think it was going to? I'm not understanding what you believed it was going to be in there.
They must have been looking for a puzzle game, bro. I don't know.
I'm like, he was like everything in there they didn't like. I was like, he was like, that's good for some people. I'm like, they showed a great diversity in the type of games that they had in there. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what state of play did you see? Because
They were looking for a new RTS that Sony made. I don't fucking know.
I find it so funny.
That's weird.
I find it funny that that Resident Evil 4 remake was announced and everyone's so excited about it, but yet no one. They're the same guys are like turning the blind eye and just scoffing at the fact that Skyrim Anniversary is out, and I'm like, you can't hate one for this. You can't hate one for remake and re-releasing several times a year to totally hate another game that's doing the same thing.
Well, okay. So to be fair, people have made fun of Resident Evil 4 for releasing multiple times. It was the game that released multiple times before Skyrim.
Yes.
But basically, what makes it different is this is a remake. Skyrim is just what.
You can't even say a remake. You can't even say a remaster. They just literally was like, because they already have 4K. What? Where?
I'm scared of that RE4 remake because how bad RE3 was.
Yeah, they changed.
In what sense of the way was RE3 bad though?
They changed
compared to the RE to the original one. I can understand. I know the history between Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I know it because Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was supposed to be a spin-off for the PlayStation. The real Resident Evil 3 was supposed to be Code Veronica, and at the time, the console that had the most power back then was the Sega Dreamcast. But Sony came in and said, "Hey, no, you promised me 3 numbered sequels. What's wrong with this?" Then they took the 3 off Code Veronica and put it on Nemesis. And Nemesis had assets from Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 2. That's why the clock tower. That's why the clock tower was not in RE3.
I get it, but my question is, what is wrong with the RE3 remake though? Not the history lesson.
What's wrong with it? Basically, what was the history lesson? It was that the entire RE3 remake was like, okay, so they're going to go back and redo how they're going to do like the mansion things, and they're going to do the clock tower, or make it the same length as like RE3 was, the original one. But no, they didn't do that. They just like, okay, we're just going to take RE2 and rebuild around that. That's all they did.
Yeah,
they did like a couple other things. They cut out the entire.
Yeah, they
tower.
cut. They cut.
Type out real quick though. My argument is not whether you like the game or not. My thing is, did the game play? Did it look good? Was there any bugs, glitches? Did it work? That's my thing. When people say games are bad or terrible, if you just hate the storyline or what they did with the concept, that's okay. But you can't say the game was bad. You know what I mean? That's a different distinction to me.
It wasn't. If it's a remake,
if it was a remake, right? They the same thing you could argue with Final Fantasy VII. Yo, what's going on, Thrash? What's good, man?
Oh Lord.
No, Final Fantasy VII. There's not even comparison. Final Fantasy VII is
those are complete two different games.
It's completely different.
I say because they say Final Fantasy. Yeah. They say
it's the same thing because they took the game, they remade it, and they made changes to it. It's the same thing. Yes. You didn't like the changes in the RE3. Fine, that's cool. But don't say the game is bad or terrible because you don't like the changes they made. That makes no sense to me.
Out so much.
I understand that, but you can't say the game is bad just because they cut out things you like. That's not how things work when you critique something. You know what I mean? You gotta be unbiased. Like, I don't understand where you're coming from with this.
I'll step in and say, based on the content that's in the game is it's good. It's definitely nowhere near RE2 remake though.
No, it isn't.
It's a good game. It's just nowhere near.
People were expecting it to be like the PS1.
When you say a remake, you want to have all the content of the original, not cut up, not like cut apart. Be like,
because I didn't like Final Fantasy. I didn't like Final Fantasy's reasoning for that either. You know what I mean? I get what they were trying to do, and they extended some things, but it still, to me, from what I'm reading, still came out as less than the original one. Yo, Thrash, where you at? What's going on with him?
I don't know. But look, dude, I like the show.
I'm here, bro. You know how the phone be locking niggas out and shit, bro. What's good?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, it was good. We just talking about the whole state of play thing or whatever. Before I close out, just thoughts, comments, concerns, and stuff like that. What you think about this shit? Because my shit was in the basement in terms of my thoughts, and it wasn't even like a negative thing. It just, to me, I think it was third party, and the offerings from what I could see, I didn't really give a fuck about, And then they just, honestly, and it's not no fanboy shit, they kind of blew me away with the third party listings. No, it's not Sony's, but at least they put a spotlight on these particular games. I would have never looked into Callisto, like ever.
Yeah, real shit. I mean,
that shit was absolutely crazy.
Made by the dude who made Dead Space.
You never played the Dead Space 1? Or any of the Dead Spaces?
Yeah,
I played a little
No,
bit
not
of it,
you.
but
Gamecast.
no, I played a little bit of it, whatever the case is. And I made my
Oh,
comment about it
really?
earlier.
Oh, you need to play those. What are you doing,
Yeah,
dog?
you got.
Immediately.
I know. I did play them. Is what I'm saying. I played them before.
You never.
But not on.
I never owned them. There was a lot of shit going on, and then I have my own personal.
I
I
understand. It's just
I'll
know
say
your
that
class.
I'll say that it's unreal. It's illogical. My I wouldn't say disdain, but the reason why I didn't play it that goes for any horror game. And once I played Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3, I was already over all horror games. Nothing touched them to me.
I hear you.
And my head will never touch them. I mean, I get they were doing a different spin. I was going to get the third one, but there's something about psychological like fear that's just better than jump scares and shit like that. And I know that there's some
Yeah, I mean,
psychological fear
yeah,
too, but
Yeah, Silent Hill was on some
Dead Space
other
ain't that
shit.
scary.
That's true.
Yeah, Dead Space is more action oriented. I mean,
they had some
they got some jump scares and shit in there. Don't get me wrong, but at least for me, it wasn't. I mean, I played some scary shit. You know, so I grew up playing that shit with the camera. You know, that one game.
Fatal
Fatal
Frame.
Fatal Frame. Yeah, I grew
Clock
up playing
Tower. They got all those shit.
yeah. All the Parasite Eves, all the Silent Hills, all the Resident Evils. When Resident Evil was actually scary, you know what I'm saying? Even PT, I think PT was probably the scariest shit that I played, and that was just
PC. PT. I like the other ones, and to be honest with you, like I played. What is it? I played Silent Hill 4 The Room, and I love that game or whatever the case is. People didn't like it because it was kind of departed from a lot of things, but with PT, without having like a puzzle or whatever the case is, the type of psychological thing, like they were just building up more and more upon
and that
like
was just a
how you would
fucking
feel.
easier. That was crazy. That was just a fucking easier.
That was so oppressive, yo. Just being in that apartment and just see, I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. Whoever they did their fucking research, I didn't want to be in that bitch.
Nigga. Shit.
I
Kojima's
wonder.
a cold motherfucker, man. It's a crazy motherfucker. Man. You gotta have that kind of mind, bro. That's why I think Kojima's one of the most important developers in gaming.
He said he don't like scary games. He said he don't like scary games.
Yeah, and that's exactly why he wanted to tackle it. That's what I'm saying. The guy is one of those important people in the gaming industry to where he's going to make it to where he's changed gaming. I don't know how many times, bro. Like Metal Gear changed how games were made. Period. You know what I'm saying? Just Metal Gear 1 on the PS1, there was nothing else like it. Nobody's telling a story that actually made you like, holy shit. I mean, that was the game that turned me into a gamer, period. When you kill Sniper Wolf, every game I played before that, and I played a lot of games, the hero never killed nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? And he when you kill Sniper Wolf in like a mercy kill, I didn't think he was going to kill her. I thought he was actually going to save her. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find a way to save her or she was just going to die on her own. No. Shot that bitch directly in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like just to put her out of her misery. And that shit was like, what the fuck? So ever since then, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, I mean, that shows the different possibilities that can be done in the shit. And I mean, the guy, he look what he did with fucking Death Stranding, bro. Like he made a game to where you can't kill nobody and you're delivering shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just that kind of mind and game is taking advantage.
Say what you will about Death Stranding and shit like that, but it's one of the most original games out there.
Oh yeah,
it's rough around the edges because it's such a new concept. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because no one's trying to push the envelope. People's trying to,
he's building new possibilities. He's showing people what gaming is actually supposed to be about. It's a work of art, and in art you can do anything you want. And a lot of people are following the same trope of first person shooter, third person action guy climbing on shit. You know, nobody's really pushing
RPGs,
the mold on what
Western RPGs, even Japanese RPGs are like really stagnant and stale because they have a formula to go by as well too.
Yeah. And they just follow the same formula. Like
even when you look at one of my favorite games, which is Horizon, it still has the same formula, as a Western RPG. I'll say that unapologetically, and I love the game. So I get it, but we're not going to get like it's like for me to Aweda. Dumb niggas are on some other level. We didn't have games like what do you call it? Trico, not Trico. What the fuck was that called again?
Who,
The Last Guardian. The Last Guardian.
Ico and the Last Guardian.
Ico and those games you'll never. They were so fucking original and shit like that.
Yeah,
and
that's why I think Japanese developers are so important.
They are important.
They're the ones that's pushing this bar of artwork in gaming, and changing how you can do games and giving you the unique stories. These Western companies are just trying to get money. So everybody's following the games as a service. Everybody's following the first-person shooter because Call of Duty. Everybody's following the, whatever
Fortnite.
The trend is, people are making shit behind that trend. All sports games ended up following the same fucking microtransaction trend, each and every single solitary one of them. And then fighting games started doing the same shit. Started taking away characters that you grew up with playing and putting them behind the fucking paywall along with new characters. Street Fighter 6 is going to be the same fucking shit. It's going to be motherfuckers behind a goddamn paywall. You probably only start with those 4 characters they fucking showed, and then you have to buy the rest.
Bro, I fucking hope not, bro, because I'm sick of Street Fighter and that bullshit. Like,
I think they learned their lesson to a degree.
One lesson. They
from Street Fighter.
Because of the fighting scene. The fighting scene keeping these fighting games alive, bro. That's why Tekken lasted a year. I mean, Tekken lasted a generation. They're gonna come out with a new Tekken for this generation. They're coming out with a new Street Fighter for this generation. Usually, we'll get 3 or 4 of these games. Nigga, we used to get fighting games per year. King of Fighters 99, King of Fighters 2000, King of Fighters 2001. We used to get these motherfuckers.
What was the Capcom versus Essen? What was it?
Yeah, Capcom versus SNK, Capcom versus SNK 2, Marvel versus Capcom, Marvel's Capcom 2. Fucking, it just, bro, we would get arms of different shit. We had Street Fighter, then we had Darkstalkers, and it was just, then we had the 3D Street Fighter. It was just everywhere, bro. Like, shit was happening a lot. We don't get that no more. We get one fighting game a year per company now. That's what I mean. Not a year.
A generation.
Yeah, generation, not a year.
Yeah, and I mean, you may get your little iterations and shit like that.
Yeah. PS3 had how many Tekkens PS3? PS3 had like 4 Tekkens, bro. They had that Dark Resurrection shit. They had Tekken Tag. They had Tekken 6 and 3. No. Then they had that free to play one.
What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, Arsenic? What's going on, Lionel?
What's up, no niggas? Yeah, they had.
I want to say this because like I said before. By the way, I'm here for what they did with Horizon. I'm here for it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Needed
people thought that they weren't going to try to fix the performance mode or whatever the case is. And again, I think a lot of games, because of the pandemic, stuff like that, you didn't have enough time to polish the way they wanted it to. Okay, so I'm a big advocate for 30 frames a second because I want as many effects as you can possibly throw at it.
Oh dear God!
The difference between I've never been affected. See, I love it. The difference, I love it. And here's the thing: I'm so glad that I'm not affected by frame rate. I'm glad. I'm glad. I've always been like that.
I'm not either. Actually, I don't care about frame rate.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you.
I can see the difference. I can see the difference. I can see poor frame pacing. I've always been able to see that. I can see what the frame rates are. I can see 90 frames a second. It just doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying?
That is a superpower because
Horizon. If a game is great, frame rate don't matter.
I'm gonna tell you this, my brain.
It will always matter to an extent, but
my brain always adds. No, but you can still
if it's 10 frames per second.
You can still. I played. Hold on, wait. I played Shadow of the Colossus on PS2. That shit was regularly 15 frames a second, and I've beaten that 7 times. So don't do that. I can live with it.
I mean, would you play it at 2 frames per second? Like, there's always an extent. Like, there's always an extreme. So it's
we're not gonna play semantics. You know what I mean? 15 frames a second. You know what I mean? We all played fucking what do you call it? 007. You know, on the N64. That shit was struggling. But here's the thing, though, right? If you've ever played Demon Souls on the PlayStation 5, just to give you an idea, you know how you switch from performance mode to the visual mode or whatever? There's performance and then what is it?
Fidelity.
Fidelity.
When I was playing, I never switched it because it's like a res bump and like a tessellation upgrade.
The tessellation. The tessellation to me, I know it's small, but I saw it, and then the resolution was actually to me, I saw it too, and maybe it's because I have astigmatism and I'm nearsighted. I play very close to this 50-inch TV.
Oh yeah, everything will look yeah.
So that's my whole thing. I'm not sitting back and using that. So here's the thing, right? If you've ever played between both, the difference between in Horizon for the 4K version and the performance is so minuscule. It's very hard to see. They absolutely smashed it.
They fixed
They fixed it so crazy.
What was wrong with
it? Originally, when I played it, it was a shimmery mess. It was a complete and shimmery mess. The anti-aliasing.
Okay, so when you have a video game, right? When you have a video game, there's layers of parts of the image that you have. They're in buffers or whatever the case is. So when it comes to transparencies, things like leaves that has like the outline of the leaves transparent, or particles or anything like that, it's in a separate buffer that has its own resolution, which can be controlled by the developer. What ended up happening was the resolution for the transparencies conflicted with the screen resolution, which caused a lot of screen door effect. Like, you know how you look at it, you look through a screen door and it looks, you got all that fucking, they have a word for it, but the screen door effect and the pixels will pop in and out. It looked very noisy. It almost looked like anytime you saw transparencies like leaves and foliage.
This is important in performance mode.
This is performance mode. So when you looked at it, just think of it. When you look at it, just think of it like this. Anytime you saw leaves, trees, sparks, it looked like static was on it. A layer of static. It was very noisy.
Yeah, on top of the anti-aliasing that they used, and it was one more thing. I think they used this FSR 1.0 or something like that. Like whatever they used.
No, they did. Whatever quality of anti-aliasing just wasn't that great. I don't think it was FSR. It just wasn't great. Whatever it wasn't great. It looked very noisy. In certain TVs, the way that they have their subpixel setup, like their RGBs and shit like that. Some TVs have the colors inverted and shit like that, and it really bothered. Or it's just the way that the arrangement of the subpixels were, it really exacerbated the issue. So, in that particular case, some people had it bad. And then some other, if you have a traditional TV that have the traditional subpixel setup, like me, it wasn't that bad. But I still saw it.
Yeah, I was more referring to like in the Digital Founder video when he would look at the floor and like walk with the foliage or move the camera with the foliage. Not necessarily the tree part, but the foliage part.
You're talking about the VRS.
Yeah, the VRS. That's what it's not FSR. It was VRS.
Digital Founder already did a video on it.
They did a video.
No, not a new video. The old there was the originally
when the game launched. VRS is not in the PS5 version. It's only in the It's only on the PS4 and PS4 Pro version. It was some way they pump out the amount of effects that they have without it. So
it was on the PS5 performance mode.
No, it wasn't. I'm positive on it.
That's why when you look at the floor, like,
how much money do you want to bet? How much money you want to bet? I'm
not a person to bet money.
No,
we can watch the video after it. It's a video
on Horizon
YouTube.
Zero Dawn.
It's whatever.
When it comes to Horizon, do not argue with Josh. This dude plays this shit 800 hours each game plus. I would not even argue with him about anything about Horizon, bro.
I mean, it's in regards to the video, not necessarily his knowledge.
I know of it. I know of it. They mentioned that in the video in particular. But regardless of the matter, it is absolutely positively fixed. All of it.
Yeah. I tried it.
Whatever
earlier.
You tried it, right? It's fixed.
Yeah, it looks better.
It looks soft. Almost like an oil painting, sort of that kind of effect a little bit. So it's not as crisp and sharp, but there isn't any shimmering.
That was like the original biggest problem I had. Made me not want to play it or finish it. I may play it. I probably should, honestly.
Here's
after
the
a certain amount of time. I was gonna say after a certain amount of time, I saw that Nvidia leak, and I was like, "It's coming to PC." Yeah, I should just wait. I don't know, but I don't know. They fixed it.
What's coming to PC?
Forbidden West.
Oh, you talking about part 1? Oh, part 2?
No. Part 2.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, because it was in the GeForce Now leak.
I mean, either way you look, huh?
But
I was wondered about that shit. Like, what's the difference of it going on PC? What's the difference of it going on PC?
I can play it at a better fidelity at higher settings. I have a pretty nice PC.
Can you? I mean, on the other one, on Horizon Zero Dawn, how much can you actually push it?
I mean, when I was playing it, I originally played on my 2070. I ran it at all high settings, which is higher than the PS4 settings, and I ran it at 60 FPS. On a 3080, I can push it to max, but
what's max?
Like 100.
Like what's the difference between Sony's? What's the difference between PC settings and PlayStation? Like, what's missing from the PlayStation that's on PC?
I mean, it's just higher fidelity. Like you're going from imagine going from a performance mode in the game to a fidelity mode. It's just a higher fidelity. And also, I played.
So because I know the resolution is the same, right?
No.
I mean, not necessarily. I could change my screen resolution to what I necessarily want. So
okay, so if you run it at 4K, right? If you run it at 4K, what frame are you running it at? Are you running at 4K 60?
I don't know. Possibly, yeah. I mean, I have a 3080. I would imagine, yeah. I mean, you can right now. You can just look. You can Google. You can Google my like PC settings and just.
No. I'm just wondering, like, what did you play? Like, what was the difference? Like, you saying, oh, it's coming to PC. I'm like, well, shit, nigga. Like, what difference? I mean, I've noticed like God of War. I've analyzed God of War PC versus God of War on the PS4 version. You know what I'm saying? And there's not that much of a difference. You got a little bit of sharper shadows. In fact, it was kind of rough on the frame rate when you went to resolution mode, worse than it was on the PS4 version or the PS4 Pro version. So it's like I'm thinking like, okay, what's really the fucking upgrade?
I mean, yeah, you said a resolution mode. No, but you didn't let me finish. I was also going to say I played Horizon using mouse and keyboard, and when God of War came, I also played it using mouse and keyboard. So
okay,
yeah,
so
you didn't let me finish.
Okay, so mouse and keyboard is the upgrade.
I mean, also fidelity, my guy, and frame rate. I'm not locked into a 60 frame. King. I'm not locked to a 60 FPS container.
What makes it look better?
The fucking graphics.
The settings. Are you serious?
Look at it. Yes, nigga. I am fucking.
They'll. Okay. No. Jameer,
time out. I got this. If you look at the God of War PC trailer, they explain to you the difference between the PC and the console version.
Yeah, they do. Okay,
all you gotta do.
I've seen it analyzed. I've analyzed it myself. The God of War version of that shit. When they tried to go,
your analyzation.
When they went to fucking 4K, the 4K mode or whatever the fuck, it was struggling on fucking frames per second, worse than it was on consoles.
Struggling on frames per second on what hardware? On what hardware? You're like, yeah, it's struggling. It could be struggling on a 1060.
Wait. That's what I like about you PC niggas, because everybody got different hardware.
Okay, go ahead and explain for me. I'll sit here and be quiet.
Nigga, you cutting me off. Nigga, let me fucking say it.
Go ahead, bro. Say everything you need to.
Look, Digital Foundry even did their shit. And I looked through all of their shit, right? And they struggled to get that motherfucker to run 4K. I don't even think it can run 4K 60.
Yeah, maybe in the initial release there was issues, but it already got ironed out though. I don't understand when these games
hold on.
Is it running at 4K 60 on PC?
Yes, it is.
King Thresh.
Yes, that's it.
Hold on. Guys, hold on. Okay. I think the problem that he's talking about was a problem when they were loading between sections where the frame rate or the CPU.
Nope.
Hold on.
I'm telling you no, nigga. You trying to tell me what I'm talking about? I'm telling you no, that's not it.
Who cares?
Hold on, wait.
I mean,
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh,
Shit, I've been cutting people the fuck off.
Thrash
All adults,
the
man.
Digital
Holy
Foundry.
shit, yo. So here's the thing, right? The
You said
argument.
what Digital Foundry?
He's the new
The
Digital
new Digital
Foundry.
nigga, I'm the better Digital Foundry, nigga. Them niggas
No,
already
you're not.
down.
You have no technical prowess.
So here's the thing.
Hold on,
Here's the thing.
hold on, Josh. Let me say something to that real quick, because I hate when these motherfuckers want to laugh under their motherfucking breath. It's not my fault, my nigga.
You don't have any technical prowess.
Do I need technical prowess to know what a game looks like? Nigga, no, I don't. I really don't.
They understand graphic design and understand engines. You don't. You have no idea. You are ignorant of technology and like actual graphics design. You're okay.
Wait. Let me speak.
Whoa.
Clearly, you don't know me.
Sound like a woofer.
First of all, I'm the nigga that pointed out all the balls they mistaked on gears. I have no technical motherfucking prowess, nigga, none. And I told those technical prowess niggas where they made mistakes at, and they came and apologized, nigga. So do I need technical prowess to correct niggas? No.
Yeah,
I saw your Halo video, and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Nigga, I don't need no motherfucking help, nigga. Fuck y'all technical prowess shit. I'm asking
Unga Bunga. Yeah, no technical prowess. Unga Bunga.
I don't need no technical
Unga Bunga.
I can see with my own eyes, my nigga.
I don't. The caveman. Like Digital Foundry is
because he's a caveman. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Thrash. Yo, Digital Foundry is not some end all.
Do you also question? Do you also
DMs asking me questions, nigga?
Do you also question like people like NX Gamer as well? Like,
fuck
he doesn't know what he's talking about.
That nigga copy my shit. Fuck NX Gamer, nigga. You ain't know.
Oh my god! You're the original. You're the original. Okay.
Original, nigga.
Okay. I hear the heat.
Wait.
I hear the heat, nigga.
You're the original.
I have to start. Wait. I have to start.
That's fucking great.
Stop it.
Fuck out here, nigga. Fuck NX Gamer, nigga. That nigga copy off of my shit, nigga. I'm the one that. I'm the one that pointed out the fucking.
Why copy like this?
I pointed out the ray tracing problems in Control, my nigga. That nigga went and pointed out the same fucking problems that I pointed out, my nigga, after my video.
You the original, bro.
I ain't technical nothing,
you the original, bro.
Why you being bro? Why you allowing him to be trolled? Why you allowing him to troll?
He just keeps going.
I know you're not trolling.
I'm trolling you, and you just keep going and getting mad.
I'm gonna get mad, nigga, because I hate you little ass niggas who think y'all better than somebody because you got a bitch ass PC. Yo, dumb ass spending all this money to get close to PlayStation like idiots. You fucking weirdo ass niggas spending thousands of dollars just to fucking play something at 5 more frames per second. Sounds stupid as fuck to me.
I see what the problem is here.
Nigga, let me talk. Nigga,
I see what the problem here is, Gamecast. I see what the problem is.
To understand what gaming is, bitch, I think gaming before you was born, nigga. The fuck? I don't need technical prowess to see with my own eyes that something don't look right in the game, my nigga. You niggas need that excuse, nigga. I don't need that excuse, nigga. Nigga, but I'm the same.
So
you're all those technical niggas that you suck dick on my dick, nigga. Straight up, period, nigga.
So you're mad that I own a PC? That I found the source.
Nigga, just because you limited to your wallet and you feel like you got technical powers because you put your busted ass PC together. All the fuck you was waste your motherfucking money.
I mean, I'm not the one claiming that I'm better than Digital Foundry, my guy. I never said I was.
You both of these niggas
Nah, Thrash needs a timeout. I don't know what's happening.
Shut the fuck up too, because you said a bunch of dumb shit.
You don't got no 4K monitor, nigga.
What did I say was dumb? I'm not calling myself Digital Foundry. I never did.
No, here's the thing. Look. Yo, I'm about to be out because this is retarded. Wait, hold on. Here's the thing, right? The question that was going on, right? And I know he's trolling. That's what he's doing. That's what he was doing. He came in there.
I got something for all these troll ass niggas. Nigga, do you got a 4K monitor?
No, I don't.
Then shut the fuck up, nigga, and stay at your 1400p. You still playing under what PlayStation does.
1400p.
You garbage ass nigga. 1400. You know what I said? You ain't got a 4K monitor, nigga.
You know the great thing about PC gaming? I play how I want to. I can't afford one.
I can play how. No, you playing how you.
I want to play a 1440.
You force yourself to have to. You can't afford.
I mean, I have a 30.
Monitor, nigga, so you went and got
I mean,
1400p. What the fuck you got? You ain't even running. You probably got a 1080p monitor in the house, nigga.
Okay.
You're not even running. You're not even running at the same level, but want to pretend that you better, nigga. You not. You spending all that money. You spending all that money to have to run that sub 4K.
My audio setup probably costs more than your gaming setup.
It's only like 3 niggas that exist. Nigga,
my audio setup probably costs more than your gaming setup.
Why you talking about technical prowess? You know what 4K look like, nigga? How you talking about technical prowess, nigga?
Because he thinks that I can't play how I want to play. I bought a 1440p monitor because I wanted to.
What shit you looking at?
My audio setup costs more than your gaming setup. Leave me alone.
If you're not even running on 4K,
see, the thing is, it doesn't matter the price. But you came in here. But you came in here. No, but
I ain't arguing. I'll tell you the facts, nigga. You don't even got a 4K monitor about fidelity. Fuck, nigga. You don't know what the fuck you do. Shut the fuck up. You don't even at the level of niggas on PlayStation unless you got a 4K monitor, nigga.
I push visual settings instead of resolution.
And you will still have lesser fidelity.
This guy just keeps talking.
At way less money. You sound dumb as fuck, nigga. Weird ass nigga.
I prioritize. Listen. This is a concept.
I'm about to just shut
Can you mute him for like 3 seconds?
I'm just gonna shut it down, man. Just like, come on, man.
I prioritize fidelity over resolution.
I upgraded to a keyboard and mouse. Shut the UK button pressing.
He is so mad.
Motherfucker, nobody give a fuck.
Why are you so mad?
Bitch ass motherfucking keyboard and mouse.
Bitch ass mother.
The fuck, nigga? They ain't no upgrade. Keyboard and mouse been around before these consoles, you weird ass nigga. The fuck out of here with this shit. I play God of War on a keyboard and mouse. You don't point and click RTS 1. Shut your motherfucking ass up. Nigga, you ain't got a 4K monitor trying to say something about somebody's shit, nigga. You don't know. You can't tell nobody what the fuck. You can't even look at without.
Why y'all got beef like that? What's going on? Why y'all got beef like that?
This nigga, Kyle, bitch ass motherfucking PC nigga always got something to say. I knew he wasn't running that 4K. No weird. He sound like he don't run that 4K. Fucking garbage ass nigga. Nigga, what frame rate does motherfucking Horizon run at, my nigga?
Are you done?
On PC, nigga. What frame rates do it run at?
Are you done?
I'm asking a question, nigga. I'm not done, literally, nigga. I asked you a question.
It runs at whatever resolution that you want it to run at. That's how PC works.
Hey, get the keyboard and mouse out.
I can't hear you, bro. You sound like you're fucking.
I said,
bro, you sound like a subwoofer.
What frame rates did you run Horizon Zero Dawn?
I ran it at 1440p, my monitor resolution.
What the fuck is wrong with this PC, nigga? Is he lost? Is he lost?
Are you lost? I answered your question.
Nigga, I said what frame rates?
Oh, you said frame rate? My bad.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I know you didn't run it at 4K. That's not the question. You didn't have a monitor to run 4K. So I'm asking you, what frame rate?
I mean, you can super sample on PC.
What frame rates, nigga?
I told you already when I had a 2070, I was running it. If you were listening instead of yelling barking like a dog,
blurt it out.
I was running it at 60, 1440p.
At 60 fucking frames, 1440p, and you spent how many thousands, you fucking stupid ass nigga?
Why are you so mad? Yo, why is he so mad? What did I do?
Fucking weirdo.
What did I do?
Y'all PC, you did, nigga. You became a PC, nigga. That's what you did, nigga. I hate when y'all niggas talk like you know more than somebody when you fucking don't. You playing at 1440p 60, you fuck nigga. What is it run on the PS4 Pro? Okay. What is it run on the PS4 Pro?
Thrash, how much did
run on the PS4 Pro?
Thrash, how much does your monitor cost?
Is it 1080p?
How much does your monitor cost?
Questions, nigga. Is it 1080p on the PS4 Pro?
You asked me a question, I answered. I'm just trying to ask you one simple question.
Now,
how much does your monitor cost?
Niggas have already been lapped. You niggas have already been lapped.
How much does your monitor cost?
What do you think Forbidden West is going to run on the PC? Nigga? What does it run on the PS5? What does it run on the PS5? What does Forbidden West run? Do you know?
What?
Do you know what Forbidden West runs on a PS5?
What it runs? It's a Trackstar? What do you mean? What it runs?
I'm about to shut this down, man.
What are you fucking saying? It's 30 FPS or 60. I don't know specifically off the top.
I understand how y'all niggas spend thousands of dollars and feel better, my nigga.
I don't know specifically off the top of my head what resolution specifically. I mean, not off the top of my head, no.
The PC version of this game. You might be you waiting for no reason. These niggas,
bro, you can literally have a podcast by yourself, bro. You just won't stop. You just
want to go into that, my nigga.
Monologue 30 minutes.
2070, the PS4.
I'm gonna drink water.
Nigga, you talking about a 2070 and the 2070 more powerful than the PS4? Ain't it? No.
Yes, and the PS4 didn't run Horizon at 60 FPS. So what are we talking about here?
Nigga, that's just the fucking chips. That's not even
what the fuck are you talking?
That's not your motherboard. That's not your motherfucking RAM. None of that shit, nigga.
God, this dude.
You gotta pay oh my god, my ass. How much your PC cost? How much your PC total? How much is your PC worth total, nigga?
No, I'm gonna no.
How much is your PC worth total? Fuck that. You want to brag, nigga? How much you cost?
No, you didn't answer my question.
How much did you spend, nigga?
Why should I answer your question?
What you mean? Okay, what's your question? What you got? I got you. I ain't scared of it, nigga. What you got, nigga? What question?
I just said, how much does your monitor cost?
Nigga, I don't have a monitor. Nigga, I got a big dick and a big TV. Nigga, now answer my question. Nigga.
Yo.
How much you spend on your PC?
Yo, okay. All right, let me rephrase the question. How much does your TV cost?
I always want to brag about technical ability. Nigga, how much is your PC worth? How much is it worth?
How much does your
You don't want to answer it because you look stupid.
How much does your
you spend all this motherfucking money on fucking parts and shit. These niggas are robbing you dumbass niggas for parts, and you can't even get better than the PlayStation 5 right now. If you can, name a game.
All I try to do is
I can't get better than a PS5.
Name a game. How much did you spend on your PC so we can know where our money is at, right? Because I spent $500 on mine. What you spend on yours?
Keep in mind, fellow listeners, I already said what is in my PC, and he just doesn't listen. He's just barking.
Nigga, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, my nigga. Help me out, nigga. How much did you spend?
I have literally already said what's in my PC, but he didn't listen because he's just barking. He's just barking.
I'm asking you, how much did you spend? That's what I'm asking. How much did your PC cost you?
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head because I.
Okay. What do you have in your PC?
What do you mean you don't know?
You got 2090 in your PC. You say you got 2090, right? So that's what? How much is that? What, 2,000, 3,000?
Did you just say a 2090?
I don't know how to. I don't know these chips, my nigga.
Jesus Christ! I see why Alex destroyed you when he made videos about you.
I'm not a PC idiot, my nigga. So I don't spend extra money on gaming for no reason. So I'm asking you.
You're just an illiterate idiot.
My nigga. You got so
you're a different kind.
Technically great, right? I don't have technical prowess, but shit, I know more about gaming than you do, and I spend way less.
I mean, you could. I mean, I'm confused.
Nigga, you play at 14.
So I'm
nigga, whatever.
Thrash. I'm completely confused. So am I broke or am I broke or am I?
Hold on, I gotta mute everybody. Hold on, you two, you both get muted. I gotta go. Before you go, nigga.
Actually hilarious, dude. What is this?
Tell niggas the price of their fucking PCs because they don't want to look like idiots.
So first Thrash. So first I'm broke because I have a 1440p monitor, and then you say that
too much money. You're an idiot. You spent too much money on
too much money
on a gaming platform that doesn't do better than cheaper shit. You're dumb. Yes, and you have a PS5, right? So you spent money on the console to have a better experience and experience more earlier. Just to wait for it to come to your super expensive PC because you spent all your money
on a console to have a better experience. What are these fucking comments? I didn't buy the console for a better experience.
I gotta shut this.
1400p.
I didn't buy the console to play
games
at a better experience than on my PC.
You didn't buy a console to play it.
Jesus Christ, you're stupid.
Done by the day. You could have took that PS5 money and got you a 4K screen, huh?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying half the time,
You don't,
bro.
you
Like
don't, you don't. I know
you're
you don't.
literally
You
just
I know.
you're
I'm
unga bunga, bro. You're just saying stupid shit.
I'm not technical.
You're saying 2090. You're saying that I'm broke because I have a 1440p monitor instead of 4K.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm trying to get the answers from you, and you can't even tell me. You don't even know how much your PC costs.
You got a PC?
No, not offhand because I custom built.
Honestly, I was trying to rhyme like a fucking space.
Yeah, sorry, Gamecast.
That shit was
this
completely.
He is just unga bunga. You won't shut up.
No. That shit was completely taken over by trolling and yelling. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Hey, my bad. I'll never do it again, my nigga. My fault. But fuck this nigga right here.
At one point, I didn't say anything for like 2 minutes straight. He just kept talking.
Fuck this nigga. Fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't no gamer. You ain't no gamer, my nigga.
Now I'm not a gamer.
You're not, nigga. You're not, nigga. What you want to run? Run it right now.
Look,
I'm not a gamer.
What you want to run it right now, nigga?
I'm not a gamer, but you want to play me in a multiplayer game.
Run it right now. Stop making excuses. Gamers don't make excuses. They run it, nigga. Let's go.
Look, I'm gonna shut it down.
Guys, stop. Let's play a game on PC, bro.
Stop.
Non-gaming ass nigga.
Let's play a game on PC.
Listen, thank you guys. I gotta mute. Look.
Let's play.
Thank you guys for coming out there, man.
Yeah, scary ass, non-gaming ass nigga.
I mean, I said let's run something, bro.
Nigga, I said what you got? Let's run it. What you got on PlayStation, nigga? We can run Kirby, nigga. What you got?
PlayStation. I play mostly on PC, bro. Why won't you just crossplay exist?
Okay, so what you got on PC?
I mean, I always played mostly on PC, but you're just unga bunga and you refuse to listen.
Don't take that much anyway. I got a PC that can run game and shit. What PC game do you want to run?
What do you have in your PC?
I don't, nigga. Anything you want, I'll buy it. What you want to run?
What do you have in your PC?
Anything you want, nigga. I'll buy it. What do you got? Let's go.
No, I say it like hardware wise. What do you?
No, it don't matter, nigga. It doesn't matter, right? We gonna play a game. Run it. See, you fucking pussy. You're not a gamer, my nigga.
Yes, I'm pussy.
Okay, then run a game. Shut up and run a game.
Listen, I am going to shut this down. Thank you guys for calling.
This is content. I'm saying this shit.
What you need?
Yo, thank you guys. Thank you guys,
bro.
Garbage ass, fake ass niggas, man. All right,
thank you guys for showing up. All right,
go ahead and monologue by